Hello, everybody. This is Zem here. I have some very, very exciting news for all of you today. I'm sure most of you have heard by now, but IGN just released the official gameplay trailer for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, coming out in just 6 short weeks. It's so close. We're almost there, everybody. But I'm so excited about this. I have not seen this yet. I want to do a live reaction for you all here. I normally do this type of thing on stream. But I wasn't streaming today, so I still want to put out a little bit of extra content for all of you. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Oh my god, dude, I'm so excited.
Ratchet and Clank! What a wonderful surprise!
What do you want, Nefarious?
We're going to a dimension where I always win!
Clank?
Oh my god, the visuals look so good.
Lombax? Who are you?
I'm Rivet. Let's go for a ride.
Alright, so her name is Rivet.
Find my friend.
Oh my god.
Darius, you have returned.
Yes! Emperor! Clank, huh?
Darius, he looks a lot like mine. Evil like him too. And that Lombax.
I'm coming, Clank.
So, okay, so Nefarious is in this realm too. Okay,
Dimensionator
okay.
now, we may lose every dimension. Oh my.
Whoa, that's the area from Crack in Time, right? Oh my god. The visuals look so good. Oh my god. Okay, so there's a lot to take in there. There's a lot to take in. I'm sorry, I didn't really have a whole lot to say during the video. I kind of want to let it just play out for itself. Okay, a lot to unpack here. A lot to unpack. Okay, so there's going to be multiple Nefariouses. That's basically guaranteed. So it's essentially like a parallel universe type thing. I guess that's what the Dimensionator is going to be for. Kind of interesting. So, okay, so her name is Rivet. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. We finally know that Lombax's name is Rivet. Actually, as a little bit of insider knowledge, that did get leaked at some point last week. There were a few people who knew about that beforehand. I knew, but I couldn't tell anybody, and I didn't want to say anything. Mostly because I don't want to upset Papa Insomniac. Please don't hate me, my band of parents. My band of surrogate parents. I love calling my Insomniac my parents for some weird reason. I should probably talk to my therapist about. Okay, so it starts off. I'm gonna kind of go through this without audio, just so that we don't really, just so I can talk kind of without any blockages or any sort of like clashing audio. So we're starting off at some sort of a parade. The Dimensionator is just out here in the open, and Nefarious is on some sort of nefarious-shaped blimp. I kind of like the look of Nefarious. I don't know if this is supposed to be the other dimension's Nefarious, or if this is because obviously this Nefarious doesn't have the same aesthetic design as the ones we're used to seeing. It obviously has the same voice actor. I forget the voice actor's name. You're gonna have to forgive me. But there's no like cracks underneath the eye. The eyes themselves are a little bit different than the normal Nefarious. So this seems to be some sort of Nefarious that's slightly different. I don't know if this is just an aesthetic choice they're making for the design of the character. We'll find out. This is technically a direct sequel to Into the Nexus. So then the Nefarious that we're used to should still be the Nefarious from, for lack of a better way of putting it, this reality. So we end up in an alternate timeline or an alternate dimension of some sort using the Dimensionator, where Clank and Ratchet are separated as per the usual. I feel like that's kind of a rite of passage for Ratchet and Clank games, that at some point Ratchet and Clank get separated and they have to find each other. So we've got Ratchet on his own here. I kind of wonder what's going to happen, if there's going to be some sort of like fugitive situation, if they're going to try to hunt him down. I mean, that's probably the logical plot device choice here, right? Why else would a bunch of thugs for less enemies be attacking Ratchet at all? So this particular Ratchet is gone, but he knows of a female Lombax. Now, what implications does this have for the plot line of the series? Of course, longtime fans of the series know that the Lombaxes are trapped in a different dimension themselves. We don't know what dimension just yet. That was Emperor Tachyon who did that back in Tools of Destruction, or at least that's when that was revealed. So we don't really know what the implications are going to be yet. We don't know plot-wise what's going on here. It seems as if Clank's arm has been torn off, this is actually, I think, in a way, kind of a throwback to Ratchet 1. If you'll remember the very, very end of Ratchet 1, when Ratchet and Clank defeat Drek, they get like blown to the ground after the explosion of the deplanetizer, and Clank's, I think it was the same arm. I'm trying to remember. I think it was his right arm that got like dislocated or whatever. And then there's that really sad cutscene where Clank just walks away, and then Ratchet's like, "Hey, where you going, Tin Can? We still gotta fix that arm." Well, that arm is completely blown off now. So there's probably gonna be some sort of a bonding scene between Clank and Rivet. I imagine there's gonna be a lot of I don't know, there's probably going to be a lot of plot centered around Clank developing a relationship with this new Lombax, so that he can kind of help Ratchet and Rivet come together in the end, I would imagine. I love Rivet's design. I love this hammer. I love this hammer so much. There was a lot of people online who thought that her name was going to be Mallet because she carries this giant mallet, or hammer-type device that kind of looks like a mallet. But yeah, I love the design here. I love the arm. I love, like, I don't know, it's such a cool designed Lombax. So essentially, now we're kind of understanding that for the most part, we're going to be playing as Rivet, which is really cool. I think we already knew that. I think that was pretty obvious. But it's good to know that Clank, at the very least, is going to be a part of Rivet's natural gameplay. It probably makes sense in that regard. Otherwise, it would be kind of weird if Ratchet had a Clank and Rivet did not. This is kind of a good way to help us gameplay-wise get acclimated to this new character by attaching Clank to her back and giving her the option to use the packs and the movement. I love the little dimension. This almost looked like a gold bolt to me at first, and you can kind of see like a silhouette of a bolt out here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be an Easter egg. For what's to come, or if that's just a rift, or what's actually probably, now that I'm thinking about it, this rift would probably take us right over here. This is probably going to be a common gameplay mechanic. We're going to have to use rifts to travel between not just areas on the map, but also, like, these rifts are probably going to take us to other planets where we then have to find the rifts to come back to where we were. I'm trying to think. There's definitely other games that have done this type of thing before. So it's not too far out of the ordinary, but I love the idea of being able to play with space, like in regards to space-time. I love the idea of being able to play with space. I think that's going to open up a lot of options, especially with the PS5 solid-state drive built in, removing the load screens. This is going to have a lot of implications, not just for casual play, but also for speedrunners. We're going to have to see where these rifts will take us. If it's just going to be an intraplanetary, so within the planet, or interplanetary, so including other planets, who knows? There's going to be a lot of cool stuff that we're going to have to figure out speedrunning-wise with this game. So, and I actually, now that I'm seeing it again, I'm kind of seeing the 477 here gets expanded right here. So yeah, this is just a rift from one part of the level to the other. But I would still like to see if Insomniac plays around with that idea at all. If it tries to play around with rifts taking you to different areas of the game, and not just within the same planet. I would love to see how creative they can get with this. I don't know what these giant gems are, but they seem to be some sort of marker or indicator for either travel or end of levels or something like that. I love the scenery here. I'm really loving the color palette of this game. Like, it seems as if while we're in this alternate dimension, there's a lot of blues and purples and dark hues. Whereas here in the other dimension, we kind of had light blues. We had, this pretty clearly seems like Kirwan to me. I mean, I could be wrong. If I'm remembering correctly, it actually, this could be Kirwan, but it also could be Megalopolis, I think was what it was called in all the trailers. So maybe this is a new planet that we haven't explored yet. But I'm really loving the color scheme so far. And of course, when we come out here, this I forget what it's called. Was it Krell Canyon? The planet in A Crack in Time where Azimuth was exiled to. Torin 4, I think, was the name of the planet. I'm kind of just this gives me similar vibes to that. I love the rail system. Like, obviously there's this giant monolith right here. There's so many questions that are being asked here along with some answers. And I think that's what makes for a really successful gameplay trailer. They kind of whet your appetite just a little bit more. Now, what this whole scene I thought was really cute right here. It's kind of an indicator that they want to keep the humor of the series. They're keeping the silliness, the slapstickness of it from time to time well within the series. Insomniac, I think, really, really knows what their fans want out of this game. I know a lot of people have been kind of doubting whether or not this game will actually be able to hold a candle to the successful games of the series, like A Crack in Time, like the original trilogy, things like that. But I really do think, like, I'm getting the vibes just from what I'm seeing here, that Insomniac is really starting to pick apart exactly what their fans are looking for. God, this is just such a breathtaking view. It really, really is. I just can't believe how good this game looks already as well. I love this ship. I don't know what that is right now.
And that Lombax.
And this is kind of like a...
Mine. Evil like him too. And that Lombax.
So she's kind of giving away some plot points that obviously, you know, her species is called the Lombax. She knows that Ratchet's also a Lombax, although she doesn't really understand much about what he's about. So we're going to have to learn a little bit more about that. And obviously there was dialogue happening between Rivet and Clank. So there's going to be a lot of scenes. This looks like it would be the scene that takes place in Rivet's garage, where she's going to be patching up Clank's right arm. And then Ratchet's ship. This doesn't look like Aphelion at all, but I really like the design of this ship. Aphelion is probably trapped in the other dimension. This is probably the ship that Ratchet has to hijack to travel between planets right now in this dimension. This is definitely giving me Krell Canyon vibes. This looks like the giant monolithic robot that you had to like talk to, that was being controlled by I forget what that robot species was called, but like, you know, the people that were on that planet were controlling this giant robot. It's really cool to see that like, I don't know, we've got like some intergalactic ship battle type stuff happening here. Are they going to bring back ship missions? Maybe. That's been a pretty big staple in the series as well. So we're going to see, they're kind of teasing here. This actually, if anything, looks like the pirate ships. And now the more I look at it, these are obviously oars. These are sails. So these are obviously the pirate ships. So is there going to be Rusty Pete? And Rusty Pete's probably the only one. It's Slag, I think. I'm trying to remember the names of all the pirates. There was Slag and Rusty Pete. Those were the two, right? And then there was the spirit, the pirate spirit. I forget. There was like, I always want to say Blackbeard or Bluebeard, but I think I'm just referring to classic stories of pirates at this point. But this appears to be pirate ships. We can at least gather that, which means that the pirates are back, and they're going to have some sort of influence over the plot and what's happening here in the action. God, the visuals are so stunning. It's so cool to see. And now apparently this robot's also attacking Rivet. Who knows why, but of course, you know, we're going to have to find out later. I'm kind of liking the strafe movement. It seems to be really fluid. I like this. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Jak and Daxter hover bikes. I forget exactly, the Zoomers. That's what they're called, I think. I always feel like calling anything that is not a teen or an early 20-something a Zoomer. But yeah, I remember this kind of reminds me of the Jak and Daxter Zoomers. In general, I think this is just a really amazing display of what the capabilities of this are going to be. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's a little... I'm not 100% sure if that's motion blur that's happening here. I'm not the most advanced when it comes... Or I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to like being able to tell this kind of stuff. I'm kind of liking... They're giving a little bit of a teaser of some guns here as well. We're kind of getting some sort of like grenade-based gun. We're getting this kind of gives like Rhino vibes right here, but it also could just be like the normal like a machine gun type weapon. This is more of like this actually looks like the grenade launcher. I'm not 100% sure what this one here is. I'm kind of curious to see if Rivet and Ratchet might have different weapons or if they would share the same weapons together. I'm not 100% sure how Insomniac plans to do that. It's going to be really interesting to see. I kind of want to hear if any of you have any theories as well. It would of course be incredible to have discussions about this and kind of theory craft a little bit. We've got a little bit of time before everything comes out in this game. I'm so excited to see what Insomniac has in store for us. I don't want to make this too much longer than it already is, because the last thing the internet needs is the 80th person spieling on for a 30-minute video about a minute and 41 seconds of content. But if you like this video or you want to hear more news about Rift Apart, I will be putting out a ton of content about the game in regards to casual gameplay, in regards to speedrunning, in regards to reactions to other people, and all sorts of things. So this is definitely the place to be. If you want to watch a grown man wearing an orange Comic Sans tank top talking about Ratchet and Clank. My Twitch stream, when this game comes out, I will be streaming this game every single day for the foreseeable future after it comes out. I also want to let you all know, as a little bit of news, when the game comes out on June 11th, I will also be featured on the front page of Twitch, which I'm so excited about. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a jamboree. We're going to have so much fun with the newest installment of this incredible game series. But until next time, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I can't wait to learn more about this game, and I can't wait to share all of this with all of you. So until next time, see you, everybody.